I broke lesson 9.1 up into two sections, so this is the second section, and it is on adding and subtracting polynomials. We're going to start off with adding polynomials. There are two ways that you can add them, and it's basically your preference. Do you prefer to stack them on top of one another or add them horizontally? Here is our polynomial addition. We've got t squared minus 6 plus 3t squared plus 11. Here, I stacked them. I have t squared minus 6 plus 3t squared plus 11. You just add your terms from right to left. So negative 6 plus 11 is positive 5. And t squared plus 3t squared, since there's not a coefficient in front of that term, it's 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. And we end up with 4t squared plus 5. It's just like you would normally add. As I mentioned, the second way for us to add polynomials is horizontally, from left to right. So you follow the arrows that I have here. We're going to add like terms. We've got t squared plus 3t squared. You're still going to end up with the same answer. It's 4t squared. And negative 6 plus 11 is 5. So it's your preference. But when you do it, when you add them either way, I want you to remember that when you subtract, we're really adding the opposite. Let's move on to subtracting polynomials. Again, it's your preference. Do you want to stack them or do you want to subtract them horizontally? Here is our polynomial subtraction. I stacked them, and you do the exact same thing when you're adding, but you just subtract. We've got negative 3b and there is nothing underneath of it. I want to reference that I did change my subtraction to adding the opposite. So I changed it to an addition and I changed each term to the opposite sign. So I have negative 2d cubed plus negative d squared. Back to this side. We've got negative 3d plus nothing, so I have negative 3d. Negative 29d squared plus negative d squared is negative 30d squared, and 30d cubed minus 2d cubed is 28d cubed. Again, remember to distribute your subtraction sign to each term in your second polynomial. And if your preference was to subtract them horizontally, it's done the exact same way. Remember to add the opposite of each term that comes after it. So let's start with 30d cubed. Plus negative 2d cubed is going to give you 28d cubed. Negative 29d squared plus negative d squared, which is negative 1d squared, is going to end up being negative 30d squared. And then negative 3d has nothing to add or subtract to it, so it remains negative 3d. Remember when you're listing your final answer that you do it in standard form. Your exponent should be decreasing from left to right. Thank you.